It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Hey everyone, I'm here at the mayor's office in Pottsville with Mayor Dave Clews. It's the mayor's report, as we do every month. And of course, we also do the Hazleton Mayor, Jeff Gissett. That runs every day, of course, on the Hazleton system. I want to thank the Republican Herald and the Standard Speaker, our media partners. We talk about different events that's going on, but remember, both papers cover city councils, cover a lot of activities going on. It's well worth the investment getting a paper because I enjoy it for the coupons. I make money every month. And once again, thanks for making the Sam Lesante Show the #1 talk show in Pennsylvania. My good friend, Dave Clews, how are you?
Good, Sam. How are you? Good to see you.
Christmas is over. New Year's is over. How was your Christmas?
Had a very nice Christmas. Seen the grandchildren. Enjoyed a day of family. I know there's other words I'm thinking about.
Okay. So was it a good day?
It was a great day.
So do you have like traditions that you do at Christmas time?
Yeah, we kind of have a tradition on Christmas morning of, one that the children all have to wait to come down together. My kids did it. My grandchildren do it. Nobody getting up ahead of the other. And then traditionally some kind of like cinnamon bun, something warm and gooey and sweet, and share that all together, and then rotate opening gifts. So,
I talked to a lot of people have different traditions, and some people can't wait for Christmas. Sometimes it's the most favorite time of the year, but a lot of different traditions, and sometimes they're good, and sometimes the memories come in. And I think that's where there's always a case where you reminisce about your family, and I wish Dad was here and Mom was here, or etc. And, I guess that's a good thing, but sometimes you don't want that to cloud what you actually have. Do you find that, Dave?
Yeah, my life's been up and down a lot, and, there's people I miss at Christmas. And I think, you try and look at that from the joyous side.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not that easy on holidays. It's a little saddening, but when you have a whole bunch of family around, and especially grandkids, they make you forget about those moments and make you create new ones.
And that's what I think that, we always have those great memories, but we should enjoy the people that we have here today, and that's, do you have any special food that you eat? What nationality are you?
Well, I'm, part German, part Polish. I wouldn't say we really have a traditional. I think what most people, do around the holidays, your pork and sauerkraut for New Year's. Christmas is usually ham, ham and some turkey made, filling the kind of fixings that way. Do
you eat at your home, or do you go to your kids' home?
Me cooking.
Oh, no wonder why they were sick. No, that's good. That's good. They all participate. Yeah. That's good. So New Year's Eve here in Pottsville, they told me that they saw the mayor going down Center Street with a bottle of bourbon in one hand and a bottle of scotch in the other hand, just enjoying it all. Is that true, or is it?
Well, that's not quite true. There were bottles involved, but it was the Yuengling bottling, Garfield Square.
Good.
I got to tell you, Sam, I've been doing it for a couple of years. Had also the joy of living in the square for a while for New Year's Eves. And always have enjoyed that small town tradition, people coming out to the square, enjoying some music, seeing old friends. This year was really unique in that started to notice a lot of people getting their picture taken with the Yuengling bottle, because here in Pottsville we raise a Yuengling bottle, you never drop one.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were getting their picture taken with it. So I talked to Councilman Atkinson, who was with me. Usually helps wind it up. And I said, "Do you see all these people getting their picture taken?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, that tells me they're not from Pottsville."
Oh, I see.
Because they're really excited. Yeah. I mean, not that people here aren't excited about
I understand, yeah.
But, you knew there was something different about it. Mm-hmm. So I said to him, let's make somebody's night. Let's create a memory. And that's kind of been my thing through the holidays here in City Hall, telling everybody, make a memory this year. Enjoy something special. I said, let's find out who came the farthest and let them raise the bottle.
Wow.
And he said, what? He said, really? I said, what do you think? I said, I think it's kind of a neat idea. He said, you're the mayor. I said, we walked over to the base of the flagpole, and this gentleman came walking up to us. Now he has a black stovepipe hat on. He had a ponytail, so he already had an in.
Yeah.
And all dressed in black. And he walked up to us and he said, are you the mayor, sir? I said, yes, I am. He said, I came all the way from central New Jersey to see this bottle
You're
drop.
kidding me.
I turned to Mark and said, it's a sign. It's a sign,
We
buddy.
have a winner.
And I turned to him and said, would you like to have a special memory tonight? And he said, what's that? I said, how about raising the bottle?
Oh,
well, needless to say, he was very thrilled. Brought his girlfriend over who came in to visit him. She was from California.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
It wasn't too long after that, a family, mom and dad and a son, probably college-age son, called me over, wanted to do a picture. They drove up from Florida to see the Yuengling bottle drop. I've learned over the past couple of years, there are a group of people that kind of have a bucket list of going to towns and seeing like the Hershey Kiss drop, the Lebanon Bologna, and they do it countrywide. They don't just do it in PA. They do it across the country.
How about New Year's Eve in New York City? They are people that just love to go there. They couldn't pay me enough money to be there on New Year's Eve, okay, unless I'm in the Marriott Hotel in a suite looking down. But I mean, these are people that just love, and God bless them. If it makes them happy and they enjoy themselves, God bless them.
And they've made a memory. There can't
Absolutely.
be too many things that are more memorable than a ball drop in New York City. Nothing's bigger, But the ones when you start to think about it, like what a neat kind of tradition to be in these different towns on New Year's Eve, from small town to big town, and enjoy sharing that tradition.
Yeah. And I think that's the good part, where you come to a town and it's welcoming. First of all, the town has to be welcoming. The people here have been absolutely great. I always said it, even with the mayor's office here in City Council throughout the years with Mayor Riley, and Riley was great to me, and he was always responsive as you are. But everything it's just friendly, and I think that's very nice.
Oh, it's important. Yeah.
Talking about Pottsville, let's talk about what are some of the upcoming events happening.
Wow, we're kind of loaded. This coming weekend on the 20th, we have Winterfest happening downtown. That's live music, craft vendors, food vendors, covering pretty much of downtown Pottsville. Give people a chance to enjoy that, enjoy the businesses that are opening up in town and seeing what's happening. And it's on a Saturday, so parking is free. We're looking forward to that. They just announced that this year's Yuengling celebration will be July 13th. Lee Brice is coming back, huge country star. It's a free concert by a top 10 artist. So that's going to be a big event. The Pottsville Car Show, or the Great Pottsville Cruise as we've known it for years. Second weekend in August. Last year we had Tom Wopak here from the General Lee, and this year I understand Tom may be back and some more of the cast.
Wow.
So there's some work going on there. So, another exciting event there. We've got the train coming in consistently throughout the summer. We've had a great young man take over. Jonathan Morrison took over he does a market with crafters and farmers, and had 11 events last year. I think he has 12 scheduled this year, maybe more. Has been drawing a ton of people to downtown. another great event going on.
Well, you know, it was funny because I remember when you and Jerry Enders, of course, and remember my friends, he does the Schuylkill report, which I'll talk a little bit about when we come back after break. But right after the car cruise, you're planning the next couple of days.
Yeah.
You're starting to play for the week, okay? I'm talking to Mayor Clews. If you just tuned in, it's called the Mayor's Report, and we have the Mayor's Report from Hazleton with Jeff Cassat, and we have the Mayor's Report here and keeping you informed. Remember, if you have any questions or any comments that you'd like me to ask Mayor Clews or Mayor Cassat, email me, sam@ssptv.com. We'll take a break right now. Welcome back to the Mayor's Report, Sam Lesante Show. I'm Sam Lesante. I'm here at the Mayor's office in Pottsville, Mayor Dave Clews. And once again, my friends, if you're not getting the Republican Herald or the Standard Speaker, I highly recommend that you do. I get all my information from them. But yeah, I love the Sunday coupons. I make money with the paper, really. So we're talking to Dave, and we're talking about the New Year's Eve, how successful it was. Christmas, there was something about, I got to tell you, I was at Hydrangeas, and which is, we did a show on that. I hope you watched it, but it was very nice to see a local store like that, you know, and also Drastis, you know. I mean, when I look at mom and pop stores, I say mom and pop, and they just enjoy being able to present their products to the community. I mean, you know, Mr. Tice was very gracious, and his mother. And of course, their teas, I understand, are fabulous, and you like their coffee.
I like their coffees, yes.
And he also mentioned to me you know, how concerned you were as a mayor as to how important it is for you to have the local businesses, the mom and pops that support the area, how supportive you are with the parking and the whole bit. And I think that was very nice, you know.
Well, I appreciate it. It's an important part of our downtown, and we're seeing it grow every year. We're seeing more people realize that we have a very viable business environment in downtown. We really do, as a whole, try and make it as inviting as possible. And Eric's a great guy.
Oh, they were very
First Class Store.
Yep.
Was extremely supportive of our Christmas lighting campaign. He does his tea tastings that amazes me, the numbers he does. When he was telling me, I'm like, what do you mean, like 80 on a weekend? Because his shop's not all that big. It's very intimate, very warm and inviting.
Talking about, you have jobs, you have a lot of openings here.
Yeah, we do. We're looking for somebody in our tax office, in our police record keeping. We're looking for a administrative assistant for my office.
Oh.
Well, you know, there's a lot of things that go on up here, and Becky's wonderful. You know, she keeps me and Tom Palomar in line, and she's our go-to girl for, you know, scheduling and all that. It'd be nice to have a second one here because, you know, a lot of grants and all kinds of state and federal paperwork come through. And so we're kind of looking for a part-time administrator to take some of my calls, answer some of my emails, along with helping out, you know, Tom as city administrator and Becky. So
are you advertising for those jobs?
I know they were for the other two. The Mayan, we really haven't, because it's a special position.
What are the requirements?
We're pretty open there because most of the jobs we'll train for. So we like them to be in Pottsville, but it's not mandatory. We actually widen that area, because it's tough in the job market today. We've been trying to fill these positions for some time. It's a great laid-back place to work.
Do you have opening salaries, or benefits, or what goes with that?
Some of the positions have benefits if they're full-time, some do not.
Okay.
The salaries are pretty much controlled by the unions. You know, both the police have their own union.
They're reasonable.
Yeah, they're reasonable.
Okay.
And actually, we're trying to work on increasing them because, again, as the job market has gone,
Yeah.
Nowadays you can go work at a Sheetz or, any of the mini markets or, Burger King and be doing that job for 15, 16 an hour.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about people that are going to be, if they're in the tax office, millions of dollars pass through there.
That's right.
Police record keeping, extremely confidential, and a very important job. So, we're trying to compensate accordingly. But when you have unions involved, you're also kind of caught up in that too.
Yeah, well, and I guess everyone's facing the same situation. Okay?
Absolutely.
Now, this year, when you start off for the year, just so the viewers have an understanding, do you have you and council, do you have a set agenda of what you're focusing on? I mean, there's a lot of things that'll happen, Dave, but do you have a set agenda for the town to know what direction you're really keying on this year, or is it just whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, on some level, it's whatever happens, happens.
Sometimes
Ask any mayor.
Yeah.
We all have good intentions and we all have a focus we're working towards, but it's the day-to-day.
Well, what would you like to see as the key agenda?
Well, I'd like to see us, of course, everybody wants more streets taken care of, and I think that's important. I personally focus more on the business community. I mean, that's important because they're a tax base. It's what makes downtown work. Most people have very fond memories of every one of these storefronts being filled. I certainly do, and I'm also realistic enough to know we're probably not going to see that again. But every time we add another store is a step in the right direction.
Yes. Yeah.
I think my focus is making people proud of their hometown again. I always go back to the old, my days young growing up when a neighbor started a lawnmower, it dominoed up and down the street. Everybody kept their yards nice. If Mr. Jones was painting his front railings, everybody else in the neighborhood went out and spruced up. And it was, neighborhood pride. And I think there's a lot of things we can be proud of here in Pottsville. Heck, we have Yuengling Brewery here, the #1 independent brewery in the country, the longest running brewery in the country, right here in Little Pottsville. There's a lot to be proud of. The history of this town. The Maroons are going to be 100 years old. The NFL team that lost their championship trophy, and we're going to be working on that. Harry Jaffe, a musician who established a New Orleans jazz sound. We're going to be doing a memorial for him this year, a historic placard. Hopefully putting together a nice little jazz day. So, I mean, there's a lot of history here. General Jolwin, I think I have a great hometown.
Well, you keep things moving, okay? And I think as the tax base begins to build, it affects everybody. There's the taxes that people pay. Sometimes it hurts.
Sure, nobody likes them.
How do you find? Yeah, I know. How do you find the economy going last year and going this year?
As a business owner, and I think most would probably agree, it's a tough economy right now.
Yeah.
I know I'm being more creative than ever to attract people to my business. I'm so specialized in what I do, so it's challenging.
Someone asked me about that. He is 12-volt Dave, incidentally, my friends. But someone asked me about, do you just do car radios?
We do car radios and a lot of other convenience. We do remote starts. Big thing this year has been front and dash cams, as they call them, front and rear cameras that monitor. You see them on YouTube all the time, the accident happening out in front of the car.
Yeah.
Or the neighbor backing into it. That's been big. Remote car starters, stereos, backup cameras. Every fishing season, we sell a ton of backup cameras.
Why?
Well, mainly because it's usually the husband or somebody in the vehicle backing up to a trailer with them behind him going, little more, little more.
Oh, okay,
And until they get it lined up, there's a family murder committed.
Yeah, I got
so
you.
they come and get a dash camera, and we set it up off the top of the ball hitch, and then they can all but do it on their own.
That's good. Yeah.
So
So you do a lot of,
convenience
you have a
items like
lot
that.
of things going
Yes.
on. Yeah, okay. Because they see your commercial, but I mean, when you were telling me all these other things you do, I don't think we covered that in the commercial. In terms of the economy, a lot of people are doing okay. I mean, we wish the inflation thing would be curbed, and that's always a key. In order to help the downtown businesses, as we say, or any business, do you have incentives yet for new businesses coming in town? I know last year or year before we did some different whatever they contest or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
Launch
are you
Pottsville
good-
1. We're doing Launch Pottsville 2.0.
When?
That's starting shortly.
Oh, great.
The first one was designed mostly around retail business.
Yeah.
This is more along entertainment business. If you wanted to establish the Pottsville Country Music Festival,
Oh, all right.
the Yingling Mansion, which is having a revitalization happening up there as a venue, the Majestic Theater, another one that we want to help them improve.
Oh, my
'cause,
yeah.
nightlife and entertainment is
It's a
so
beautiful
important to
place.
a community.
Yeah.
The Majestic Theater is a jewel that
Oh,
I
no,
don't.
yeah.
It's been great. I think it can be used more.
Yep.
But
It's you're very fortunate to have a place like that in the town. Back in Hazelton, we had the Capitol Theater and the Grand. It's a shame that they're all gone, but this is beautiful, majestic.
it's a nice little theater. I mean, everybody here remembers our Capitol Theater, which was
Well,
a real marvel.
You know, my friends, there is going to be a major event this year at the Majestic.
Let me guess. This
Well,
involves scissors?
It's called Scissors. And you see, last year we took him off the hook because he wasn't feeling good. Like he's got the problem with the heart stuff. That's nonsense. Okay, he doesn't have a heart. But anyway, we're going to have this big event. We're going to reunite the committee. John Drastis said he's going to be Joe Drastis.
Joe,
said
I'm sure
he's
he
going to be
would.
on the committee, and I may get Tice on it too. Jerry's definitely on it. Jerry Enders is definitely on it. And this committee is to have this fundraising. We're going to cut his hair. We're going to cut the ponytail off, and we're going to donate all the money to these poor kids that are out there Christmas time. They have nothing. He has such a big
You're
heart.
so good at the guilt thing, aren't you?
Yeah. And now that his heart is doing good, we're back in this, okay? We're going to take a break now, discuss the planning of this event, and we'll be back right after this. Hey, welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, the Mayor's Report. I'm here at Pottsville with Mayor Dave Clews. Once again, Republican Herald and the Standard Speaker. Subscribe, my friends. There's a lot of great news and information. I love those Sunday coupons. So wrapping it up, where we were talking about this major event. We'll talk more about this planning of cutting your hair at the Majestic. But next show, what will we be talking about?
Next show?
Yeah.
Well,
the next Mayor's Report.
Next
you
Mayor's
do have
Report.
a show called the Mayor's
Yeah,
Report.
I do know that. Next Mayor Report, hoping to have Andy Walyoung, our newest councilman here. Great young man, in it for the right reasons. Born and raised here, came back to support his family's business. Just a great addition to the team.
You getting along with council?
Yeah, we're having a good time. We're getting things done.
That's the key.
One of the things, Sam, and this was quite flattering and an honor for me, is when new officers are sworn in, when new council, it's up to that party or that individual who swears them in. And most of the time, if a Republican's elected, he selects a Republican to swear him in, a judge, a district magistrate. And likewise, if they're a Democrat, they have a, same thing, judge, somebody, a little farther up the food chain due to swearing in. It was the week before our first meeting, and I got a phone call from the head of the Democratic Party saying, Dave, we just had a meeting and we're all in agreement the mayor should swear everybody in. So, when they're talking about reaching across the aisle,
That's great.
That was a championship move, and that's how we've been working.
And I found that to be the case. I mean, you agree to disagree, and that's always healthy. But I wish more political towns would be able to work. I mean, you're going to have your disagreements, which is fine. But I have to compliment even Hazleton, now the city council and the mayor. They're working together, but they agree to disagree. Remember, folks, if you have any comments, any questions, it's sam@ssptv.com. We're very proud to be able to produce local neighborhood shows. And that's something that is very few and far in between in the country today, doing these type of shows. And I want to thank the sponsors that you see on this show. These are people that are supporting the Mayor's Report and also the Schuylkill Report and the shows that we do here in the greater Pottsville area, covering all of Schuylkill County. I appreciate that very much. We'll see you next time.